Any child born anywhere in the world can learn to speak any language fluently. But if she isn't exposed to certain sounds early in the first few years of her life, she can learn to speak another language later, but she'll never sound like a native speaker. So a baby born today in mainland China, as amazing as it is, can learn to speak fluent Mandarin.
The most connections in the brain are made from ages 1 to 16. These connections establish a foundation to one's perception of the natural world. We are born with approximately 2,500 synapses, and by the age of 3, the number of connections in the brain will have increased to about 15,000. This illustrates why the early years of an individual's life are the most important in establishing neural pathways that affect them for the rest of their lives.
Toddlers addicted to technology. A psychologist in the UK says this is a real condition, and he's now treating a 4-year-old who just can't give up the iPad.
The more television children watched before age 3, the more likely they were to actually have attentional problems at school age. Specifically, for each hour that they watched before the age of 3, their chances of having attentional problems was increased by about 10%. So a child who watched 2 hours of TV a day before the age of 3 would be 20% more likely to have attention problems compared to a child who watched none.
They have an increase in their fear and anxiety. They see the world as a violent and scary place because media inflate the apparent prevalence of violence in the world. Something that happens to all of us is that we are desensitized by media.
It's something that is here and that it's part of their generation. So I think it's actually important to expose them to that.
Here, technology in the classroom is part of the curriculum.
To supplement a reading activity, a research activity.
It's not the focus of learning, but it can be a tool for teaching.
Technology has been used to educate children for decades. TV is still the most widely used platform for children's education content. Among 0 to 8-year-olds, 61% often or sometimes watch educational TV shows. Other forms of technology can be helpful educational tools as well, with 38% of 0 to 8-year-olds using mobile devices for educational content frequently, and 34% using educational games and software on computers. Smartphone use has increased dramatically over the years, with 52% of children 0 to 8 living in a home with access to a smart device in 2011 to 75% in 2013. The number of children using these devices has increased as well, with 38% of children 0 to 8 years old having ever used a smart device in 2011 to 72% having ever used one in 2013. The amount of time kids spend using these devices has tripled from 2011, where kids spent 5 minutes a day, to 2013, where they spent 15 minutes a day. Parents can utilize this increased use of smart devices. There are thousands of apps in existence, and of those, there are hundreds of educational apps. These include the Dora the Explorer reading app, ABC Tracing, and many more. Media and technology is already being used to help children and educate them. Continued use for these purposes will help children and their journey through learning in the long run.